Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I wanted to talk about a list that was made on a blog some time ago regarding, I guess you could say, its opinion on the top 50 YouTube astrologers. And actually, the list now is actually expanded to like 55 or 56. I wanted to first thank them for putting its blog up on feedspot.com. I believe it's. I want to thank them for including me on the list. I thought it was very nice, and it's good that there is a website out there or what have you, or that wants to, laud or show or pay tribute, I should say, to YouTube astrologers. Sometimes YouTube astrologers, some may go under the radar, others may not. I'm going to talk about some of the people that are on that list, and of course, David Lawrence Palmer, aka the Leo King, be almost blasphemous if they didn't put him on there. He's obviously a renowned astrologer. His contributions are immense, and I think and also the impact and the influence he has had on the YouTubers, YouTube astrology, and really putting it in terms of mainstream, being accepted more by mainstream media. I mean, Leo King has been featured on Steve Harvey's show, and I think as far as it being accepted by mainstream media, I mean, his contributions may be unprecedented. And also Alyssa Sharp being on it, of course. Again, she's one that's incorporates a whimsical quality in her videos, and of course her knowledge is very profuse, and she has inspired many other people to do YouTube astrology videos, including myself. And if she wasn't on the list, then I would say it almost be blasphemous, but it's really good to have a list like this, I believe, to giving credit to YouTube astrologers out there for what they have done, and really showing recognition toward these people. And talking about some other people that are on the list, obviously well deserved. Steve Judd is on there, and he, of course, I mean, he's very analytical, but at the same time, he can be, in terms of being concise at the same time and getting to the point in terms of his monthly horoscopes or what have you. I had a person that told me that Steve Judd had actually spotted glaucoma in her chart, so he's obviously very proficient in terms of seeing potential health-related issues in one's chart. And keep in mind that these people that made this list on this blog, that I mean, many also, and not just YouTube astrologers, they are astrologers, professional astrologers as well, who actually have shown certain versatility by not only being astrologers, professional astrologers, but putting themselves out on YouTube for people that want to learn visually and through the audio way as well, because of course you can actually see, I mean, you get a picture, you could see the video of these people doing their videos, but you can also become learned at the same time, and you're actually, it's like having somebody talking to you, in many cases doing, depending on what these videos consist of. Some of them are instructional video, or teaching videos, I should say. I mean, I have a lot of videos out there. Like, for me, I like to I do have a lot of videos that help people learn, assimilate, astrology, in terms of learning different parts of their astrological charts. There's going to be others out there that are more focused on like the transits and the forecasts. There's some that are very good at monthly forecasts. Barbara Goldsmith is on that list, and rightfully so. She has a lot of the the um, the new moon and the full moon videos, the eclipse videos. She's very, I mean, she does videos like on I believe I believe as far as Barbara Goldsmith does, and does as far as the forecasting, obviously very proficient in that. So those are, and again, it's very important, to understand that you have, again, you have these people that do these, the YouTube videos out there that are on this list, but many of them are also, they're not just good YouTube astrologers, they are very good in terms of just being astrologers in general, because they wouldn't be good YouTube. They wouldn't be getting the recognition as far as the YouTube astrology goes if they weren't good in astrology in general. Another person that mentioned on there that's on that list, again, it's just very justified, is the Peace Dealer, aka Michael Nebb, who I mean who is obviously, he's very good, very positive in his videos, and I believe incorporates, certain spirituality in them, and also can explain things in a very eloquent and calm manner. And really one of the better the YouTube astrologers that are out there. You also have the person from the Sunny Side channel, and he is obviously, he's on the list, and he is somebody that is obviously, is very good at what he does. He incorporates a whimsical quality in him. He is very animated, and obviously brings a lot of a very good energy into those videos that he does as well. And so it's really, again, it's something that people understand that when they do, as far as having the list out there in terms of the what in one's opinion the best YouTube astrologers that are out there on the planet or what have you. Remember that it's just one perception, but at the same time, I like to say I'm very honored to be on the list, and that I actually did make it, and I do, and again, going back to the fact of course, when you have a list like this, it is about one's perception, but I think it's a very, in terms of who's on the list, I think it's obviously, it's a list that I can strongly concur with, and because a lot of the people on there have really have done a lot in terms of YouTube astrology and their impact on the YouTube astrological community has obviously been very powerful and very immense. So anyway, it's just something out there that is very good, and it's something and it's updated fairly consistently as well. And I do appreciate, somebody, taking their time to actually compile a list like this. And what it does, it shows, it's really like 55 or 56 now. They've actually expanded the list on, and it has the pictures of the people that are connected with those YouTube astrology channels on the list, and it gives descriptions on them. And it could actually be, could be very beneficial in terms of helping others out there look for, if they're looking for visual learning and they want to learn about certain things in astrology, whether it may be pertaining to their own natal chart, or whether it may be about transits that might impact their chart, or themselves, or whether it's just general monthly forecasting, and just transits that can affect their chart, like a full moon delineations or new moon delineations, lunar eclipse videos, solar eclipse videos, or what have you. Those are this is really, I mean, because you have so many, you have a number of YouTube astrologers out there, and there are some that really, they'll bring one element or aspect of astrology, and then there's some that will bring another. And what I do is, people, I recommend that you all, I mean, that you don't just, find one YouTube astrologer and just watch his or her videos, because I mean, there's YouTube astrologers out there that, I mean, there's such a wide divergence of information out there from various YouTube astrologers that give various perspectives and vantage points on certain things in astrology. You might be able, I mean, like for example, if you were reading like the sun in the third house, and one interpretation from one YouTube astrology, you might read something a little bit different from another one, and they both might actually be accurate, but you're getting different information from different people, because there's so many interpretations. I mean, there's so many, like the placements in astrology or aspects, chart rulers, or what have you. They could have so much meaning to them, because astrology, I mean, and remember that astrology, it's very, I mean, it's like an intricate piece of machinery with many different proponents. There's so many different facets and so many different elements to learn about, and I do recommend, again, learning from more, watching more than just one YouTube astrologer, so you can actually derive the best benefits, I think, by doing so. But anyway, people, and again, one last thing I want to do, thank the people out there from the feed spot that did this, that made this list. And I thought it was very nice of somebody to really pay tribute to the YouTube astrologers out there, I think. And I'm not saying there's a lot of people that are just completely oblivious to them, but I think the YouTube astrologers don't always get the full credit that they deserve. But thanks to astrology becoming more and more mainstream, and being more, I believe, more accepted by society, right now, in terms of its credence and its believability, that it's actually more plausible in others' minds, more so than years past. It's actually starting to get the recognition now that it rightfully deserves. And just, I mean, people that, I mean, do YouTube astrology videos. Again, there's many of them that are actually, you call them, they're actually are considered astrologers as well, and they're not just YouTube astrologers. If somebody is in the top 10 in as far as YouTube astrologers go, they could very rightfully be at least in the top 50, top 100 in terms of astrologers in the world, I would believe as well. There's a good chance of that, because remember, they're not just YouTube astrologers, they are astrologers as well, because they're just putting it out there on YouTube, their information. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment, and until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.